So the New York Jets are signing Justin Fields to a 2-year, $40 million contract, 30 mil in guaranteed money. Not bad at all for Justin Fields. And this was a big target for the Jets heading into this offseason. They were very interested in acquiring him. Now, I'm really curious, Jets fans, how do you feel about this news? I really like this move a lot. I feel like the move here was to definitely add a bridge quarterback with some upside and some potential. And that's exactly what they did here, man. I still feel like Justin Fields has potential to still grow. I still feel like he could get better as a quarterback, as a thrower of the football. On the ground, an elite ball carrier. I just love this move a lot. Low risk, high reward, and it's just a lot better than going with Aaron Rodgers in 2025, in my opinion. Absolutely. If you really want to start a new era in New York, I 100% approve of this move from Aaron Glenn and company. Now, if you don't like this move, I'm curious why, and what would you rather have the Jets do? Now, just because they're signing Justin Fields, it's not a complete guarantee that he's going to be the week one starter. I imagine he would be, but I think the gap between Tyrod Taylor and Justin Fields is a lot closer than some might realize. So I'm sure he will be the week one starter, but there still is a chance, in my opinion, that Tyrod could be the week one QB1. And honestly, I like this move a lot more than the Jets trading up for Cam Ward or the Jets drafting Shedeur Sanders. I mean, I don't know. If Shedeur hypothetically fell to the Jets, I guess it could work, but he would have to redshirt his first year, absolutely. So I don't know. It's still a possibility that they could draft a quarterback, Shedeur or Jackson Dart. You never know. NFL can be pretty wild at times. This is exactly what they needed, a bridge quarterback, especially the early stages of a long rebuild in New York. And that's the thing too, man. They still have pieces on that defense. They have Breece Hall. They have Garrett Wilson. So I just think there's still a lot of potential for the Jets to be somewhat competent in 2025. And, if you could really just put together good game plans for Justin Fields on a weekly basis, I think he could go in there and be what he was with the Pittsburgh Steelers the first half of 2024, where sure, he didn't put up amazing stats or anything like that, but he got the job done. He was serviceable, kind of like how he was in Chicago. Sure, he got off the rails a little bit with interceptions and inaccuracy from time to time, but if you really just have a good game plan, you play good defense, you run the ball, you don't ask him to do too much, I think this could maybe be a playoff bubble sort of team. Probably not, but I could see them absolutely being in that 5 to 8 win range sort of spot in 2025. But you let me know if I'm being too optimistic or not in the comments below. I'm just a really big fan of Justin Fields, honestly. I think he sort of gets a bad reputation to a certain extent. Like I said, I still feel like he has a ton of potential as an NFL QB. I'm excited to see what he's got in New York. I hope him and Garrett Wilson have a really good connection, because if Garrett Wilson can get good quarterback play, consistent good quarterback play, he can easily be a top 10 wide receiver in this league. And I feel like that's definitely one of the priorities for the Jets this offseason, is to lock him up. To trade him at this point would be a big mistake. But I imagine they will probably get a deal done at some point, which is definitely the move. Now, as far as the Jets this offseason so far, they haven't been that active in free agency, which is the smart thing to do. There's no point to really splurge on year one of a rebuild. It just doesn't make a lot of sense when you don't really have a quarterback and when your plan is still kind of in the process of getting going. So They lost their cornerback Reed to the Lions, but they also signed Andre Cisco to a one-year deal. He was a safety with the Jacksonville Jaguars, so just adding some depth there. But besides Justin Fields and Andre, really hasn't been a lot of action. The Commanders also grabbed Kinlaw, their linebacker. So yeah, man, you let me know what you think the Jets will do in round 1 of the 2025 draft. Will they potentially draft a quarterback? Will they add piece on the defense or on the offense? Let me know in the comments below. Regardless, it should be a top tier player since it is a top 10 pick. Now, another priority for the Jets moving forward is to potentially pay Sauce Gardner. Now, I don't know how most Jets fans feel about Sauce Gardner, but everything I've seen from him, he's not a trash cornerback, obviously. I think he's pretty good. I think he's pretty good, but I think he's also extremely overrated. Dude he just does not get a lot of interceptions, and the problem with him is just I think he's going to command a pretty insane contract. J.C. Horn just became one of the highest paid non-QBs in NFL history, and I understand that gets broken every single year since the salary cap goes up every single year. But still, I don't think Sauce Gardner is ever going to be a top 5, top 3 cornerback in the NFL. I think he's definitely in the top 15, top 10 range. And I guess you can justify paying Sauce Gardner if you're the Jets. You know, you have a lot of salary cap and you're not the most competitive team right now. So I do get it, but I'm just saying, like, I think he's a bit overrated. Let me know if you agree with me in the comments below. And that's the thing. If they hypothetically decide not to pay Sauce Gardner, I feel like you could get a pretty good compensation for him. Honestly, like, if I put Sauce Gardner on the market right now and someone offered me a first-round draft pick in the top 15 or top 20, I would probably take it. I really would. But if Aaron Glenn really is a big fan of Sauce, then you kind of have to trust his word and trust his evaluation. So whatever Aaron Glenn and company decide to do, I'm going to trust them fully. We'll see how it all plays out. As far as just taking a look at the AFC East in 2025, the Patriots have been super active in free agency. Truly a new era there. Drake May, Mike Vrabel, super excited to see them play. Miami Dolphins, I'm pretty low on them, but you never know. When they're fully healthy, you kind of always have to be aware of them, but that's the thing, they're never truly fully healthy for a full season. So regardless, I think the AFC East will be a lot more competitive in 2025, hopefully. The Bills have been the champs for, I feel like, the past 5 years now. So hopefully the Patriots can maybe give them a run for their money, or maybe the Jets can kind of beat them maybe once a year. I don't know, man. I know the Bills are probably going to take it again in 2025, but I just hope it's a little more competitive. If I had to make a prediction right now on how it's going to play out, I got the Bills being the champs again, Patriots 2, Jets 3, Dolphins 4. Maybe a bit of a hot take there, but I'm super low on the Dolphins, man, and I could totally see Mike McDaniel getting fired at the end of this year, especially if it's another full-on nightmare with Tua and him just being unhealthy. So you let me know what you think below. If you made this far, please subscribe, like the vid. It'd help out your boy a ton. That's all I got for right now. Peace.
2nd and 10 coming up. The Rams defense brings in an extra member of the secondary. They'll go nickel. Gets the handle here. That's a gain of 6.
When you run the football like this and you show toughness, there is no doubt when you fake it and try to throw the football down the field, the quarterback's going to have all day to get it done.
The Jets snap it at the 26. Brandon Marshall has the grab.
Well, the defense, they give up a first down there. They're behind. They just can't sit back there and keep bending. You got to take some chances. Go on the defensive side, and just make things happen.
First down here after the completion. Here's the handoff, and they'll run it. Tackle down at the 46-yard line.
Always good to have these types of runs. Yeah, it's not a first down, but it sends a message. It shows everybody that you can run it when you want to, and also it opens up so many other things for your offense.
2nd and 4, and Morris is taking the handoff. He's averaging about 3 yards a carry on the day.
Morris is a great running back to have on your football team, isn't he? He goes up in there and gets the first down. Now your offense has 3 more chances.
1st and 10. Right back to the ground. They're all over him behind the line of scrimmage. And a loss of